Hi, my name is Gary Guth, and this is Bagpipe Rhythm. I'm here to teach you how to read rhythm. A lot of what I found on the internet is that a lot of teachers are only teaching by imitation, and that might be good for a while, okay? Because, you know, the idea of taking lessons and stuff isn't necessarily to be a student forever. The idea is to become an accomplished musician. And part of becoming an accomplished musician is not only being able to read notation and the fingering and the positions, but also about reading the rhythms and the duration. How long do you hold the notes and stuff? Well, rhythm is really important on the bagpipes because it has a lot to do with the musical expression. So that being said, this is going to be the first of a lot of different videos that we're going to do on developing rhythm to play on the bagpipes. Okay? First of all, before you clicked on this video, there were a couple links above. One was called Rhythm in Meter, and the other one was called Rhythm Patterns. Once you click on those links, it'll give you a place where you can print out the sheets. The first sheet looks like this. This is Rhythm in Meter, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to print out both of these sheets. You could pause this video, and when you have them ready, let's resume, and I'll show you what to do with them. Okay? Okay, welcome back. Here's what we're going to do. Take the first sheet, says Rhythm in Meter, and what we're going to do is define some terms about rhythm. Okay? Rhythm, basically, the first thing about that you need to know about rhythm is that there are bar lines. If you look at your tunes and stuff, you have these lines that divide the parts into equal spaces. Okay, those are called bar lines, and the bar lines divide the tunes into equal parts. The distance between the bar lines is called a measure. Okay, a whole part is not called a measure. You know, sometimes the Scotsmen will say, let's play the first measure, and they're talking about all 8 bars. Now, a measure in music universally signifies the distance between the bar lines. Each part in bagpipe music has 8 measures, okay, and a lot of the music, of course, is sort of arranged kind of around dancing and marching and stuff. So all of the parts are equal in terms of the number of measures. Okay, at the beginning of every tune is a number-looking thing, and of course, if you look at my sheet right here, the numbers at the beginning are called the meter signature. See that? Get the reflection there. So in the meter signature over here, I could have 2 2, 4 4, 3 4, 2 4, 6 8, and 9 8. The top number tells you how many beats are in the measure, and the bottom number tells you what kind of note gets 1 beat. Okay, well, the first thing that we should talk about are the kinds of notes, the types of notes that we have available in music. Okay, if you look at if you're looking at this sheet and you look down here, the first note, the circle by itself, is called a whole note. When you add a stem to a whole note, it becomes a half note. When you color the circle in with the stem by itself, you have the quarter note. The eighth note usually has 1 flag, but when you have 2 eighth notes together, you join them with a bar. Do you see that? And you're always barring notes within a beat. You'll never bar, from part of 2 to part of 3. That never happens. And then the bottom, these are the 16th notes, and of course 16th notes are written if you have one by itself with 2 flags, or when you have 2 or more, they're written with a double bar on it like that. See the double bar connecting it? Okay, now underneath, you see underneath my 16th notes, I have all of these numbers. These are syllables. Okay, so if the way you use this sheet is you look at the syllable and you line it up with all the notes. Okay, so if you're looking at the whole note over here, the whole note lines up with 1. Okay, a whole note gets 4 beats. Okay, what is the beat? Here's a beat. Hear my beat? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my beat. Okay, now if you look at the meter signature at the beginning of this exercise, it's in 4/4. See that? So I got 4 quarter notes to the measure. Now I'm going to perform a whole note. This is how a whole note goes. Ready, set, go. 1. That's a whole note. Okay, my half notes are performed 1, 3. My quarter notes are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and again, I'm always beating to the quarter note. I've got 4 quarter notes to the measure, so that's where my beat is. My eighth notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and my 16th notes are 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. See that? Okay, that's how you basically perform the patterns, the basic patterns. Okay, now pull out the other sheet, and if you look at this sheet, what I've done is I've expanded. I'm going to turn it right side up. I've expanded on this, and what we just did is we performed right now down to here. Okay, but see, within the 16th notes, I can within the beat, I can combine 16th and 8th notes together. Okay, you know, and if you can remember your math, 2 16ths equals an eighth, 2 eighths equals a quarter, and so forth. So here I take I'm transitioning from my 4 16th notes over here. I've got an 8th note followed by a 16th. That's an additional rhythm pattern, and that pattern sounds like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Now if I turn it around down here, let me get over here so you can see it. Right here I have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then right next to it I have a 16th note followed by a dotted 8th note. When you add a dot to a note, you're adding half of its value to the note. So an 8th note is 2 16ths and a dotted 8th note is 3 16ths. So I've got the first 16th here, and the rhythm pattern underneath it, the syllable is 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, and then next to it I've turned the pattern around. I've got the long note first and the short note next to it, so it's 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Now here the is closer to the next number, and I have a little space after it. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and so forth. It's important that you practice this sheet and get the right inflection on these patterns as you say them, because we're going to be using that a lot in the music coming up. The other thing is that patterns are either duple or triple. All of these patterns to here are the duple patterns, as subdivided by 2. We also have triple patterns in music, and if you look over here, way over here on this side right here, the meter signature over here says 9/8 time. Do you see that? Over here I have 9/8 notes. Okay, and again, you always bar the notes within the beat together. Okay, so here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the way we count them, we come up here. We have 3 beats in the measure. The dotted quarter gets the beat. Dotted quarter means I've got 3 eighths, and that's equal to 3 eighth notes. So we count them right here. 1, 2, 3, and then down here 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. And then another pattern, I can use quarter notes followed by 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then over here I'm using some syllables called kodai syllables, and those are ta, ti, ta. Ta is long, ti is short, and when I dot the note, see I've got a dotted note followed by a 16th. See that? The dotted note, dotted 8th note, is the longest note in this pattern. So the pattern is ta, ti, ta. It's Italian. Ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta. Say that. Ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta. And then over here, I've got the 16th note first, followed by the long note. So this is ti ta ta, ti ta ta, ti ta ta. Okay, so So that's my whole sheet. Let me go through it one more time. Okay, here from the top. Ready, set, go. 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 3 4 1 a 2 a 3 a 4. Those are my duple patterns, and here are my triple. 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1, a 2, a 3, a ta 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 ta. Okay, did you get all that? All right, now here's what you need to do. Every day when you practice, what you should do, you should get really good at saying, reciting this sheet just like I did. Okay. What you want to be able to do is recognize these patterns and be able to say the rhythm to the pattern, okay? So you get really good at doing this sheet. Then what we're going to do in upcoming lessons, we're going to apply these patterns to different tunes, okay? It's almost like creating lyrics for all of these tunes. I mean, hey, listen, I mean, you can remember how a tune goes if you can sing it, right? See, I'm a believer that, you know, people say, well, I'm having a hard time memorizing music. Oh, well, can you sing it? I mean, that's the question. Can you sing it? If you can't sing it, what do you think you're going to remember? Just the fingering? I mean, do you wink your eyes a few times and see the music in front of your face? I don't think that happens in most cases, but I do believe that if you can sing the tunes, you can play the piece. Okay, that's all for now. I hope you tune in again, because we'll start out with some basic tunes. I'll show you how to set up the rhythm on that and perform it, and then we'll do some advanced tunes. If you have, in the meantime, if you have something that you'd like like us to take apart, send me an email. Send me an email which tune you're interested. I got lots of music. I'll pull it up and we'll tear that down and put it back together. Okay? Great. Have a good day.